Long ago, near a lush green forest from far away, lies a bustling village square lined with shops and stands. The water from the fountain glistens against the sunlight, which helps make the square appear shiny. It was the only significant sight to note. That was until flashes of red, purple, and gold twirl around the village square by the shining fountain. Gold chains, bangles, and melodic tambourine jingles ring, catching the eyes of villagers as they surround the dancer. The dancer glanced at her audience, her painted red lips curving into a playful smirk as one human approaches her and joins her in a dance. She takes her hand and twirls and leaps with them. The sunlight shines down on the pair as she gives the villager the time of their life. Applause and cheers ring from the other villagers as the dancer and the villager take a bow before them. As the crowd cheers, the dancer smiles and glances at her newly acquired partner. The villager stares back, eyes lit up as they are enamored by the dancer's beauty. Holding their hand, she whisks them away, deeper into the village. And that was all everyone else last saw of the dancer. It continued every day, the familiar jingles of the tambourine and jewelry catching the villagers' ears and their eyes focused on the woman in red, purple, and gold. Her dance and music were mesmerizing. Each time, she always attracted one, sometimes two villagers to join along in her dance. And after each performance ended, she would take their hand and go elsewhere into the village. No one knows why the dancer always took these villagers elsewhere into the village afterwards. Some say the villagers she danced with ran away with her and fled to a different town. Some say she slept with them. Whatever they may believe, as long as she can continue her dancing, she'll be fine. One day, as the dancer prepared to set up for her performance, the villagers circled around her, but this time, the crowd was not as big as before. In fact, it was half the size of the usual crowd surrounding her. Small crowd today, the dancer thought, forcing herself not to frown. She's going to have to move to a new town soon if she keeps staying here. So, it's best to go all out for a finale. She raised her hand holding her tambourine. With every movement she made, the large spider ornament on her waist chain swayed back and forth. She scans the crowd for a sign of anyone who was itching to dance. One final person to dance with. Who shall it be? She spots a shopkeep who stepped out of their shop, tapping their foot to the rhythm of her tambourine. Perfect. She whirls around the crowd and extends her hand out to them. The shopkeep looks at her, confused and hesitant, staring at her hand. A little shy, huh? She winks at them. The shopkeep slowly reaches out, and she takes their hand, twirling them into the square. The shopkeep follows along her moves, unconfidently. They look into the dancer's eyes as if they need direction from her. Staring into the dancer's amber gaze felt welcoming, warm, and light. Over time, their hesitancy fades into enjoyment as they feel the rhythm of the music and focus on the dancer's gaze. The dancer smiles at her handiwork, and with one spin and a twirl, she ends her performance with a curtsy. The villagers watch as she glances at the shopkeep, expecting her to whisk them away elsewhere into the village. She has to avoid suspicion if she wants to continue doing what she desires. So the dancer simply winks at the shopkeep and strolls away to a different part of the village square. The shopkeep waves back at her as they head back to their shop. Dusk arrives as the shopkeep closes up their shop for the day and heads home. An uncomfortable looming feeling floods over them as they walked home. It may be dusk, but it isn't dark yet. So why do they feel on edge? Like someone is watching them. The door creaks as the shopkeep enters the door. They light up a candle to brighten the dark room. As they head into their quarters, their eyes bulge as who waited in their quarters was the dancer herself, sitting on their bed. What is she doing here? They thought. Does she not have a place to go? How did she get in? Why is she looking at me ravenously? The dancer rises up from the bed and approaches the shopkeep, the only sound in the room being the jangles of her jewelry. The last thing that the shopkeep notes is her glowing gold eyes and her lips locking theirs. It felt like taking a bite off of sweet fruit. It felt good, but their eyes felt heavy, drained, fading, and nothing.